Folks, if you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. I'll explain. Number one, it's absolutely free. Means you don't pay a dime out of pocket. Number two, you can use creation tools to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer, like I'm doing with my phone. Number three, if you want to hear it on multiple platforms, Anchor can do that for you. So you can hear it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, among others. And the thing is, you can make money without anybody listening. As little as that. And everything you need to do is to make a podcast is all here. To get started, please download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. You'll be glad you did.
Yeah, right. Couldn't be more proud of our players. Number one, just everything that they did to get us to this day. Starting back June 15th, the first workouts, did everything we asked them to do in the summer, kept each other safe, just gave us the chance, gave us the opportunity to play today. And then our performance, it's a season opener. There's a ton of stuff to correct. But our demeanor, our temperament on the sideline, the way the guys supported each other, and the way we just stayed after that UAB team, that's a really good UAB team. No one does what, in terms of rushing yards and total yards. Everyone in this profession knows that Bill Clark is an outstanding defensive coach, and to run for over 300 and have almost 500 yards of offense is really impressive. I thought defensively, other than, of course, the short field on the turnover, I thought we set the tone early. I thought our guys really looked relentless. There's some things, again, we have to correct, but I thought all those 3 and outs in the first half allowed our offense to get the ball back, and those snaps just start wearing down on the opposition. You could just see that cumulative effect of the snaps and the tempo in this humidity. It was very humid out there tonight, which is really the whole idea. And then kicking game. You know, we've seen the addition in the last 2 years of Headley last year and then Borregales this year. I think every kickoff was a touchback. We made our field goal. Headley, it was like a bomb after bomb, 47.5 average, long at 55, always putting them on a long field, very hard to drive the ball against our defense. So, again, a lot to correct from game one, but a lot to be proud of, and just thankful to be these guys' coach and have the opportunity to coach a football game in Hard Rock Stadium today.
Good morning. You just heard Manny after last night's win. 31-14 Canes beat UAB. My thoughts on the game as follows. Offensively, like you said, started to wear them down as the game went on. Felt we did some things we had to correct, which we will correct. But when you have 492 total yards of offense and 337 of those on the ground, that's impressive, folks. That's impressive. Okay, and when you get about 6.5 yards a carry, that's saying something. That's saying something. When you talk about the quarterback efficiency in the game last night, Derek was 15 to 23, 141. Cozy 2 for 3 for 14, but that was more than I was after the game was wrapped up. But the more impressive was on the ground. Cam 17, 134, 2 touchdowns. Derek 12 for 83 and a touchdown. But the youngsters really got it going. Rooster had 9 for 59. Cheney 8 for 52. When you talk about the passing game, that can get better, and that's going to get better as the season goes on. But last night I felt we were absolutely dominant in that regard. When you talk UAB, the only concern I have, we allowed 74 yards to Spencer Brown. they had two quarterbacks, but we pretty much did the job on them defensively. When you talk about defense, BJJ, that's Bradley James Jr., 6 total tackles last night, two tackles for loss. Roach gets the sack last night. We only had 1 sack, and that was by Roach. But overall, I felt we played very well. Like Manny mentioned, our special teams, 47.5 average per punt on Headley. Also, Borregales gets the field goal there, but Headley did the job of pinning UAB back most of the night. So we can be better there. I didn't like Pope's fumble there on the punt return. Gave UAB a cheap touchdown 2 plays later. But like I said, like Manny says, we game 1 to game 2. We could be better in that regard. And we will get better season round. When you talk about third downs, we allow UAB just 3 for 15 on third downs, while we were 7 for 17. When you look at third down efficiency, like I said, 20%. We were 41% there. We can get better there as well. But I was surprised how much we rushed on third down. Like, when we were third and longs, this has to get better if we're going to be in situations like that. We were 0 for 6 on third down and longs. That's longer than that's 9 yards plus. But 2 for 4 on third and shorts. But the concern I have was third and goals. 0 for 2 in that situation. That's got to get better. Third down passing, we were 4 for 7. We allowed UAB 57 yards on 5 for 11 passing on third down. I also like the fact our offensive line was disciplined as well. We had only 3 penalties the whole night. But overall, I felt we did a pretty decent job when you look at the big picture there. So let me get to the report card. Offense, I'm going to give an A-, and the reason for that is because the passing game was not as efficient as it could be, but it could be better. 155 yards passing, and 1 touchdown. But I need to see better results there, and I feel we will. But the running game was just dominant last night, and the offensive line really started to impose its will like I thought it would in the second half. And we did that. We took over, and then the rest was history. We won going away. Defensively, I'm going to give an A. We did allow 285 yards total offense to UAB last night. But the fact that they were 3 for 15 on third down was testament to how good our defense is. And we never, Manny said, we never let up. We were relentless there. Another thing I felt we did last night was I felt the fact that, like I said, we did a very good job defensively, and we held UAB to 80 yards rushing. That's another thing. This is one of the better teams in the country. People don't talk about it enough because they're in Conference USA. But this is a solid football team we beat last night. So we can get better. Special teams, I'm going to give an A. And the reason for that, like he said, Headley pinned them back most of the night. Borregales is the real McCoy. And that's the kind of guy. I think our kicking game now is in better hands with Borregales back there as our kicker. So we can get better going forward. So now let me give out the game balls. I'm going to give the game balls out. My first game ball is going to go to Cam Harris. 17 carries, 134 yards, 2 touchdowns. Don't know about his injury. Hopefully there'll be some news on that. My second game ball is going to go to Derek King. 15 for 23, 141, 1 touchdown, no picks, but 12 for 83 rushing and a touchdown. I mean, I think we've got our quarterback there. And my third game ball, I'm going to give my third game ball to Bradley Jennings Jr. 6 total tackles, 2 solo, 2 tackles for loss. I mean, he's going to get better in that regard. I really believe that. So, let's see how that goes going forward. Final thoughts. Got the W. That's all that matters at this point. 1-0 on the season. Next, we go up to Louisville. Taking on a very good Louisville team. Next Saturday night, most likely, though we don't have the official time on that yet. It'll either be 3:30 or 7:30, a primetime game. Like I said, well, let's wait and see what happens there. Good win. Enjoy the weekend. Please be safe. And go Canes.